Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Route Building on the Beverly, Washington to Kittitas, Washington route. And today we're going to continue our work on this layout and getting it ready for using it with some episodes, because in the Milwaukee Road episode series, we're approaching midnight, and at midnight we're gonna basically run a train over to this layout, so that on the next operation day in that series we'll be picking up on this route to work trains on this layout. And what I need to do to make that happen, we need to add portals over here, because right now this portal here connects us to the Utah and Rocky Mountain Railroad. We need a second portal connecting to Utah and Rocky Mountain so that we can basically have the train land on the correct track on that layout for a southbound run. And then, of course, we need another portal, so a total of 3 I-portals. This last I-portal will be pointed to the Avery-Drexel route, so that we have the option to bypass the Utah and Rocky Mountain Railroad and go directly to Avery from this layout, which would allow us to run Milwaukee Road trains and we could run the trains and keep them on the Milwaukee Road rather than having a fictitious railroad become involved. So with that said, let's go ahead and get our I-portal, and we need to put these in. It's as easy as that. And then let's get some track. And we will bring these down to here. That's good. And then let's get our ballast. There we have it. Okay, now to set these up, we can use this as our gauge. And what I'm gonna do, we're gonna get the screen grab tool, and I'm gonna grab a picture of this. So I have that in a window on my other monitor. And now we can go in and we can very quickly set these up. Now this one here I'm going to call 2 Spokane. URM. We're going to call this from Spokane, URM. And then we're going to call this why don't we just call this Avery? Because on the Avery layout, the Avery Drexel layout, the iPortal we're going to put on that layout is on a single track, and it will accommodate both directions. And then we'll put MILW for Milwaukee Road. Okay, so now the iPortal ID that this is going to point to on that layout is let's see, Milwaukee, and let's call this 100 since this is the first iPortal. No, wait a sec. Hang on for a second. Before I do that, I need to figure out what the iPortal is called over there. So let me put you on pause for a second, and I will be right back. Okay, and I'm back. That one is called Milwaukee 100. Oops. So what we need to do is call this one Milwaukee 200. And that will be our link to the Avery Drexel. And we're going to name this Avery. And then you add your username, and for me that is that. I'm going to leave it on the internet. Destination. Oh, I'm making a mistake. Let me fix this real quick. My bad. Milwaukee 200 goes here. That's our destination. And our ID portal for this layout is, let's call this Bev Kit 100. So that's this portal's name, and when we get onto the Avery Drexel layout, we'll set up an iPortal just like this, but the iPortal ID will be Milwaukee 200 and the destination will be this Bev Kit 100. And then check for Trainz. We're going to have it check every minute, and we'll leave it at manual. That just gives you a little bit more control. If you put it on auto, when they leave the portal, they'll just continue driving down the line. And it says here that they'll obey, they will check junctions and obey signals. And that is your choice. So there, we've got this all set up now. This is going to go to, this one here is Bev Kit, and then this is, that was 100, so this would be, we're going to make this 300. Well, actually, let's see. Let's keep this default so that we keep this working correctly. So this here, based on the iPortal that's already on the layout, it's called Bev Washington, and that one's 100, so this would be 200.
Cold hand on a paper cup, steam curl.
Okay, send to user is going to be your username. If you're doing multiple people on a layout, you can actually change this to whatever user you want to send the train to if they have an iPortal in their layout. And destination is on that layout URM, and we'll have to check this, but I believe it's 400 for that one. And check for trains, we're going to do a minute, and I'm going to leave it manual over there. And all that means is that it'll come out of the portal and stop. So you're in control of what happens to that train after that. So now we've got our portals all set up. And when we get over to the Utah and Rocky Mountain Railroad, we'll confirm we have the IDs correct so that they're pointing. And then we can run trains between. Alright, now the next thing I want to do, I've noticed this when we were filming some episodes. These here, we need to continue these down. That's not what I want. I think we got this. Let's see if we got it right. Yes. In that riverbank coffee cup. Okay, so we come on to the layout. We have our stuff here. Now I'm curious if there is like an end. Got it. That's not it. Cross things. There's that one. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so let's Let's find the one that we found. That's this one right here. This is the one that we want. There. There. That. And that. Okay, and that gives it a nice ending to it. That's what I was looking for. Now, the other thing I want to do, we fixed the catenary last time over here. Are we running? Yeah, we're running the wires here, but we're not running anything here. I think that's fine. And we fix that one. Okay. So what I want to do is, when I see this is what I wanted to fix. This needs to come more like that, so the wire stays over the top of the rail. This is where we began, and that's like that. Or maybe this is where we began. Okay, so that has got our catenary fixed from what we've done in this layout. Now let's go ahead and get our ballast finished over here. Now I'm not going to redo the ballast on the entire thing, but what we're going to do is at least take it into Beverly. And from there we'll let the layout continue on as it was originally built. Okay, so I think that's where we're going to stop that. And other thing I wanted to do, let's go up here because I know that he's got some vegetation here. And what I want to do, let's get our selection tool. Let's get to okay, so there's that. We don't want that. We've got that. Don't need. Oh, no, we want that. We don't want that. And we don't want that. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is, this is just a quick way of putting scenery down. Okay. Okay, so there's that. And now go down here. And we have a few trees here. So let's I want to make the thing look a little bit more interesting. So we're going to grab a tree. Let's grab one of these. And then there's that. What else do we have over here? These are splines here. There we go. Yeah, we'll just start our thing over here spinning. And that way we get a random application. We want it to be sparse because this is an arid area of Washington. cluster of trees up here. Okay. Now let's take some of this. And what is this, pray tell? That is something that does not belong. So that is gone. Nice. Okay. And then the last thing I want to do, grab this thing. Okay, so there's that. Now let's get That looks like a modern one. Alright, I can't find it. Let's see. I don't think it's any of those. Wait. What's this? Sell those. That, but that's not even how it. Well, you know, I don't know what happened to it. Sign cross. It's sign crossing. There it is. There she blows. Okay, so now we need to do this. Get him. Him over here, get him in here. And that's nice. Okay, so let's do this. It's going down. Maybe it's going down. Okay, so let's get this all. Maybe what the issue is. Let's see. We want that here. Get this. Down. This road stinks. So let's do this. JR Road. here. And this in here. Get rid of that. And we're gonna bring this. Then we need a stop sign.
A bird calls out high in the tree. Who is freer? It's all me. Dance to the rhythm of the sun. Feel it beat until the day is done. Oh, till the day is done. Dance to the rhythm of the sun. Clouds roll
go.
slow like a whispering tune. Drums in my chest, they sync with the moon. River flows wide, but it cannot stay. It moves like me, finding its way.
Yep.
Feet on the earth, but my soul's in the sky. Living today, no asking why. Dance to the rhythm of the sun. Feel it beat until the day is done. Whoa, till the day is done. Dance to the rhythm of the sun. Wind it laughs as it tangles my hair, carries my dreams floating everywhere. Ashes to stars, we're all the same. A spark in the dark, a burning in flame.
There we go. That. And we have JR. go. Okay, now over here, I want some gravel. Okay, so gravel and this is seasonal. So let's see what we can find here. Here we go. And then 1950. Pickups. Okay, I think we've got this. I think the only other thing we need, let's go over here. Whistle signal. That's it. And sequencer, this is the one we want. This is the one we want. And then we're going to put that over here. Like that. Okay. I think this is where we're going to leave it. There we go. Let's get this. Okay, so that's where we're going to leave this episode. In our next episode, what we'll do is continue down the track. And I want to put some things in, like crossing signs like we just did, where we have the crossings that we need to have the horn go off. And we'll make any other tweaks that need to be made. I know that, like down in Boylston, some of the rock cliff faces, when you're riding in the passenger car, they don't look right the way they're installed in there. You can actually see behind them, I guess is the best way to put it. So I'm going to see if I can fix those. If they can't be fixed, I'm going to just remove them off the layout. But it'll be things like that. It'll just be cleanup work and light work. And then once we're finished that, we can wrap up this root building series. This layout is basically ready now for the episodes that will take place here, and we'll go from there. If you like this type of content, I highly encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Your subscription is free, and it does help us to maintain this type of content on YouTube. You can help us grow the audience by liking the episode. Please share your comments and suggestions, and hit the bell if you would like to be notified when the next episode becomes available. And with that, we'll see you on the next one.